I mean, so many of the best films I saw this year were made by women, and you just see the barriers at every level because so many of them were not recognized awards time.
Natalie, as we start, obviously, Sundance is a place for a fashion statement, but also you are wearing your Ice Out and Be Good pins today. So I just wanted to see if there's anything that you wanted to say about why you chose to wear those.
Well, this is obviously such a joyful community celebrating film here, and we're so excited to be showing The Gallerist here. But we're also at a moment in our country's history that is quite devastating, and I think it's it's impossible not to talk about what is happening right now and the brutality of ICE and how it has to stop immediately, and also the beautiful community that Americans are showing right now, showing up for each other, protecting each other, and fighting for their freedom. But it's it's a bittersweet moment to celebrate something we're so proud of on a backdrop of our nation really in pain.
Yeah. And that's true. I mean, that is the whole thing that brings us here together is storytelling, telling stories that previously are untold. Not everything, of course, has to be super serious. You guys are giving us a psychological thriller that is set in the world of Art Basel. Cathy, what was it about, especially that I guess not festival, that made you interested in diving into that world?
Well, I think the way that it's grown over the years, not unlike Sundance in some ways, but I think I think Art Basel became more a part of the cultural lexicon, and more people were aware of it. And then I think the phenomenon with Mauricio Catalan's banana on a wall, for example, and I think that was really part of the inspiration for this film, because I've always been really fascinated by the definition of art and what it is, and the innate tension of making art, and how do you, especially in the contemporary art world, how do you attribute value to art? Is it entirely in the eye of the beholder? Is it the context? Is it the way that it is presented? Is it the literal frame that it comes in? And I think ever since Duchamp decided that a urinal could be a piece of art and called it the fountain, the contemporary art world has been really asking that question. And so it kind of felt inevitable that eventually a dead body could be considered art.
What interested you guys about that? I mean, aside from just the idea that logline is kind of amazing, but it is also, that meta nature of making a movie about, which is a piece of art, about what is art. Jenna, what for you?
Well, by the time that the script came my way, Cathy was already attached, Natalie was attached. So I trust these two artists immensely, and I really look up to them. But also the script is so immensely funny. I found myself actually engaging and laughing with it, which, it's hard to do, and I don't think I'm that easy to crack. So I was really amazed by that. I love that none of the characters are completely perfect. Everybody is flawed. Everybody has things that they're willing to sacrifice in order to take, and that was very interesting to me. And then also my character Kiki is kind of a spaz. She has good intentions, but is way too anxious and riddled with this nervousness that it seemed like a great challenge, and considering the circumstances that they're put in this film. So it was just exciting to me to do something new and, again, work with people I really respect.
Okay, guys, what have you found that makes Jenna crack now that you guys have worked together?
I don't know. I think you're kind of easy to crack.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know that there's one specific thing. She's just so bright and so knowledgeable about film, and so such a fucking great, excuse my language, such a great actress. So on and in it. That it is rare, because I think you're very focused and like in tune with everything. You're not there to like mess around, but then it's also fun to you
Maybe just the suggestive art on the wall.
yeah, the art on the walls.
Yeah.
You had
you
some-
find good
you
like,
made
off in the
aesthetic,
corner.
Yeah.
Sitting and playing with things.
Were you making some art on your
You're
own?
like this, and this doesn't make sense to anyone yet.
Maybe
or
you'll
ever.
see in the movie.
Exactly. No spoilers yet because you guys have your big premiere coming up tonight. But actually, Natalie, what was it for you that intrigued you about the premise?
Well, the first time I met Cathy, and we talked about it after I had read the script already, but Cathy was talking to me a lot about the compromise and that slippery slope of, as an artist or as a human being, making choices and saying, oh, that's not that bad. And especially when it's mixed up in commerce, you know, when you're like, okay, it could be really profitable. And I think it is very reflective of a lot of what we're seeing in our country too, of like, what are the compromises people are willing to make for something to be valuable? And obviously it's a very fun, satirical look at that, but it is quite resonant, I think, in our moment right now of like, what does compromising your ideals, your vision, your artistry, you know, what does it cost you?
I mean, that was something, you know, obviously we haven't gotten a chance to dive into the film completely yet, but, you know, just like film festivals, the art world kind of draws in a lot of opportunists. So did you kind of want to reflect a little bit of that too, that element of, you know, not everybody's, some people are here more for the money than the love of the game?
Certainly, yes. You know, I think that like there's always that tension between art and commerce, and you kind of need both to sustain itself. I think in the film world very much as well, and you can't ignore the other side, but then you're always trying to sort of find the right balance and if that can even exist. So that was definitely something that was very personal to me, just a theme that I've always wanted to explore, and it felt nice to explore it in a slightly different world than my own.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, not everything has to be incredibly biographical, but we do love seeing you in this indie film world again. You know, obviously you've had lots of success here, but we also enjoyed getting a blockbuster from you with Birds of Prey. What was it about, you know, getting to work with Cathy, in particular, Jenna and Natalie, that really struck you about her approach to filmmaking?
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, just such great taste. Everything was very meticulous, so thought out. There was meaning behind everything, and it's very easy to take a premise like this